Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that affects each and every one of us. The power of self-belief, purpose, and the choices we make each day. We all face challenges, doubts, and pressures that can make us question ourselves. But here's the truth. Your potential, your success, and your happiness are not determined by the circumstances around you. They are determined by how you choose to show up each day. I'm here to remind you that you don't have to let the world or even your own doubts define who you are or what you're capable of. You have within you the power to break free from limitations, to take control of your journey, and to start every day with a sense of purpose, clarity, and positivity. Let's dive into the importance of waking up with purpose, breaking free from the labels that society tries to place on us, and cultivating the discipline and faith that will carry us through the highs and lows of life. You have the ability to rewrite your story today, right now, and I want to show you how to start. So, let's get started. Self-doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't make noise, it doesn't shout or demand attention. Instead, it whispers quietly in your ear, planting seeds of uncertainty and hesitation. It's that little voice saying, "You're not ready," or "You're not good enough." But here's the harsh truth. Self-doubt destroys more potential than failure ever will. It's the relationship between the self-belief. Why? Because self-doubt keeps you from even starting. It convinces you to sit on the sidelines while others, no more talented or capable than you, take the field. It tells you to wait until you're more prepared, until circumstances are perfect, or until someone else validates your worth. But let me tell you, that perfect moment, it doesn't exist. External challenges, competition, lack of resources, even criticism can be overcome with effort, strategy, and resilience. But self-doubt, that comes from within, and it's relentless. It doesn't just question your ability to succeed, it makes you question whether you even deserve success. It keeps you in a cycle of hesitation, robbing you of opportunities and eroding your confidence over time. Think about it. How many times have you held back from speaking up in a meeting because you doubted your idea was good enough? How many opportunities have you let slip by because you told yourself, "I'm not ready yet"? Self-doubt makes mountains out of molehills and convinces you they're impossible to climb. The greatest irony is that most of the time, the fears driving self-doubt are unfounded. The people you think are judging you, they're too busy dealing with their own doubts to worry about yours. The skills you think you lack, you can learn them. The mistakes you're so afraid of making, they're the very things that teach you and propel you forward. But self-doubt blinds you to these truths. It magnifies your flaws and minimizes your strengths. It tricks you into believing that everyone else has it all figured out, while you're the only one struggling. It isolates you, makes you second-guess yourself, and paralyzes you in moments when you should be moving forward. To overcome self-doubt, you must first recognize it for what it is, a lie. It's not reality. It's a distorted lens through which you see yourself. It's born out of fear, insecurity, and often a need for external validation. But you don't need anyone's permission to believe in yourself. You don't need to have all the answers before you take the first step. The truth is, every person who has ever achieved something great felt doubt at some point. The difference is, they didn't let it stop them. They didn't wait for self-doubt to disappear before they acted. They acted in spite of it. Self-doubt may be your greatest enemy, but it's not invincible. It's a shadow that fades when you shine a light on it, when you take action, when you choose courage over comfort. The first step is often the hardest, but it's also the most transformative. So ask yourself, what has self-doubt stolen from you? What dreams have you postponed because you let that little voice win? And more importantly, what would your life look like if you stopped listening to it? Self-doubt isn't a life sentence, it's a challenge, a call to rise above, to dig deep, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined. Failure is often misunderstood. It's painted as something to avoid, something shameful, something that marks the end of the road. But in reality, failure is not the opposite of success. It's one of its most essential building blocks. Every person who has achieved greatness has also faced failure, often repeatedly. It's not a roadblock, it's a stepping stone. Failure has a way of teaching lessons that success simply cannot. It's a mirror reflecting your weaknesses and revealing areas where you need to grow. It's a process of refinement, stripping away what doesn't work and guiding you toward what does. When you fail, you gain experience, and with experience comes wisdom. Think of any skill or achievement. Did anyone master it on their first attempt? Imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall over and over again, but never once do they stop trying because of those falls. They don't see falling as failure. They see it as part of learning to walk. Yet somewhere along the way, we lose that mindset. We grow fearful of mistakes, afraid of what others might think, and start avoiding risks altogether. But here's the truth. Avoiding failure often means avoiding growth. Playing it safe might keep you comfortable, but it won't push you to evolve. Failure forces you to step out of your comfort zone and into a space where real transformation happens. It makes you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to face future challenges. Some of the most groundbreaking successes in history were born out of failure. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I have just found 1,000,000 ways that won't work," when asked about his countless attempts to invent the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped after the first failure, or even the 100th. The world would be a much darker place, literally and figuratively. The same is true for countless innovators, leaders, and creators. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before finding success with Harry Potter. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team before becoming one of the greatest athletes of all time. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job because she was deemed unfit for TV. What separates these individuals is not the absence of failure, but their ability to embrace it and move forward. Failure also builds character. It humbles you, teaches you patience, and helps you develop empathy for others who are struggling. It challenges you to keep going, to find solutions, to innovate. And when you eventually succeed, that success feels so much sweeter because you've earned it. The key is to reframe how you view failure. Instead of seeing it as the end, see it as feedback. Every failure brings you one step closer to success, but only if you choose to learn from it. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? How can this experience make me better? When you approach failure with curiosity instead of fear, it becomes a powerful tool for growth. It's important to remember that failure is not personal. It doesn't define you. It's simply an event, a moment in time, a result of a particular set of circumstances. What matters is not that you failed, but how you respond to it. Do you give up, or do you rise up? The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and setbacks. But each failure along the way adds to your story, making your eventual triumph even more meaningful. It gives you depth, perspective, and the ability to inspire others who are walking their own challenging paths. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's a necessary part of the journey, shaping you into the person you're meant to become. From the moment you were born, you came into this world equipped with everything you need to succeed. The tools, the potential, the spark, it's all already inside you. But somewhere along the way, we're conditioned to believe that we're not enough. Society, comparisons, and sometimes even our own inner critic convince us that we're missing something, that we need to be smarter, richer, stronger, or more talented to achieve what we want. But let me remind you, you are enough. You have always been enough. It's not about having more resources or waiting for the perfect time. It's about realizing that you already have the foundation you need. Success doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from using what you have to the best of your ability. Think about nature for a moment. A seed doesn't have to become a tree. It already has everything it needs inside it. All it requires is the right environment, some care, and the patience to grow. You are no different. Inside you is the potential to grow into something extraordinary. But it starts with recognizing the power that's already within you. The problem isn't a lack of ability. It's often a lack of belief. We spend so much time comparing ourselves to others, measuring our worth against someone else's journey. But no two paths are the same. The skills and talents you have are unique to you, and the world needs them. Imagine if everyone in history who achieved greatness had doubted their worth. The world would be a much poorer place, robbed of their contributions. You don't need to wait for someone to come along and validate your dreams. Stop waiting for the right opportunity, the right moment, or the right person to tell you you're worthy. You were born worthy. You are capable of greatness, not because of what you might someday acquire, but because of who you already are. Look at your journey so far. Every challenge you faced, every setback you've overcome, every decision you've made, it's all proof of your strength. You've made it this far, not by being perfect, but by showing up, learning, and growing. That's all you ever need to do. Show up for yourself, for your dreams, for the life you want. And when we doubt that we're enough, we often look for external solutions. More education, more money, more connections. While these things can certainly help, they're not the core of what drives success. What really matters is your mindset, your perseverance, and your willingness to use what you already have. Think about the most successful people in the world. Many of them didn't start with more resources, intelligence, or talent than anyone else. What set them apart was their ability to recognize their own potential and act on it. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't let their circumstances define them. They decided, I am enough. And they built their dreams from there. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't need to be at the top of your game or have everything figured out. Growth is a process, and it starts with taking the first step. The tools you need, creativity, resilience, determination, resourcefulness, are already within you. You just have to trust yourself enough to use them. It's also important to remember that being enough doesn't mean being flawless. You'll make mistakes. You'll stumble, but none of that diminishes your worth or your potential. In fact, those moments of imperfection are where you'll find your greatest strength. They're what shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the road ahead. You are not defined by what you lack. You are defined by how you use what you already have. Success is not some elusive treasure hidden far away. It's a journey, a process built brick by brick with two of the most powerful tools we possess: discipline and faith. These two forces working together can take you further than talent, luck, or even opportunity alone. They are the foundation of every remarkable achievement, the engine behind every meaningful success story. Discipline is the steady heartbeat of progress. It's showing up when you don't feel like it, taking action when it would be easier to stay comfortable, and doing the hard things even when no one is there to applaud your effort. Discipline is about consistency. It's not about grand gestures or occasional bursts of energy. It's about the little things you do every single day that move you closer to your goals. It's easy to be motivated in the beginning when your dreams feel fresh and exciting. But what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when the path gets tough and progress feels slow? That's where discipline steps in. It becomes the driving force that keeps you moving forward when motivation has long disappeared. Discipline reminds you that the work you do today is planting seeds for tomorrow, even if you can't see the results yet. But while discipline provides the structure, faith provides the fuel. Faith is the belief that your efforts will lead somewhere meaningful. It's the trust in your vision, the confidence that you're capable, and the unwavering hope that your journey has a purpose. Faith is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will unfold. It's about believing that you'll figure it out as you go. Faith is what allows you to take the first step, even when the destination is unclear. It's what gives you the courage to keep going when the road is filled with obstacles and doubts. Faith doesn't guarantee that everything will go as planned, but it guarantees that every challenge will serve a purpose. It's the inner voice that tells you, keep pushing. You're closer than you think. Together, discipline and faith form an unstoppable combination. Discipline grounds you in action, ensuring that you stay focused and consistent. Faith lifts you up, keeping your eyes on the horizon and your spirit alive. One without the other is incomplete. Discipline without faith can feel robotic, a relentless grind without inspiration. Faith without discipline is wishful thinking, dreams without action. But when they're combined, they create a powerful synergy that propels you forward. Discipline teaches you patience. Success rarely comes overnight, and the road is often longer and more winding than we anticipate. Discipline helps you pace yourself, reminding you that greatness is not a sprint, but a marathon. It allows you to break your goals into manageable steps, to tackle challenges one day at a time, and to stay focused on the process rather than the outcome. Faith, on the other hand, keeps you resilient. It helps you weather the storms of doubt and uncertainty, giving you the strength to rise after every fall. Faith is what keeps you connected to your why, the deeper purpose behind your efforts. It reminds you that even setbacks are part of the journey, opportunities to learn, grow, and come back stronger. The beauty of discipline and faith is that they are accessible to everyone. They don't require you to be the smartest, the wealthiest, or the most talented. They require something much simpler: a willingness to start and a commitment to keep going. You don't have to master them all at once. You just have to practice them day by day, choice by choice. Discipline helps you silence the distractions and focus on what truly matters. Faith helps you trust that the sacrifices you make today will pay off tomorrow. Together, they remind you that success is not about perfection, but about persistence. It's about staying the course, even when the road is hard, even when progress feels slow, even when doubts creep in. Every great achievement is a testament to the power of discipline and faith. It's the artist who dedicates hours to their craft, trusting that their work will one day touch lives. It's the entrepreneur who takes risks, persevering through failures and setbacks, believing in the vision they hold close. It's the athlete who trains relentlessly, day after day, knowing that each practice brings them one step closer to their dream. These stories of success are not about extraordinary talent or luck. They're about ordinary people choosing to show up, choosing to believe, choosing to put one foot in front of the other, no matter how daunting the journey. And that choice is available to every single one of us. The world is full of labels, opinions, and expectations, each one attempting to place you in a box, to define who you are, and to dictate what you can or cannot achieve. But let me tell you something. Those labels don't define you. Those limitations, whether they come from society, others, or even yourself, are not the measure of your worth. You are so much more than what the world tries to make you believe. From the moment we're born, the world starts assigning labels. You're smart, you're average, you're too loud, you're too quiet. As we grow, these labels pile up, forming an invisible weight we carry around. Some of them may seem harmless, others can be outright hurtful. But whether positive or negative, all these labels have one thing in common. They try to shrink you, to simplify you, to limit the infinite complexity of who you truly are. Society loves to categorize people. It tells you who you should be based on your background, your education, your gender, your age, your appearance. It says this is your place and you'd better stay there. But here's the truth. Society doesn't get to decide your worth. It doesn't get to tell you what you're capable of. You are not a product of its expectations, your own destiny, your own choices. You are a product of your own vision, your own effort, and your own choices. Breaking free from these labels requires courage, but it starts with a simple realization. You are the author of your own story. The world may try to hand you a script, but you have the power to rewrite it. You don't have to fit into anyone's idea of who you should be. You don't have to follow the path laid out for you. You can choose your own direction, your own definition of success, and your own identity. The first step is to stop internalizing the limitations placed on you. Just because someone says you can't do something doesn't make it true. Opinions are not facts. The only person who truly knows your potential is you. When you allow others' judgments to dictate your actions, you hand over your power. But when you choose to trust yourself, to believe in your dreams, your abilities, and your worth, you take that power back. It's not just society that tries to define us. Sometimes we become our own worst critics. We impose limits on ourselves, thinking, I'm not good enough. I'm too old. It's too late for me. These thoughts become walls that we build around ourselves, keeping us from reaching our full potential. But here's the truth. Those walls are not real. They're built on fear, doubt, and insecurity. And you have the power to tear them down. Every great innovator, creator, and trailblazer in history has faced labels and limitations. They've been told they're crazy, unrealistic, or destined to fail. But what sets them apart is their refusal to let the world define them. They saw beyond the labels, beyond the expectations, and believed in something greater, their own potential. Think about the people who have changed the world. They didn't fit into society's molds. They shattered them. They dared to dream bigger, to push boundaries, to redefine what was possible. They didn't wait for permission or validation. They didn't let criticism or doubt hold them back. They created their own paths, proving that greatness comes not from following the rules, but from breaking free of them. You too have that same power. You don't need to seek approval from others to validate your dreams. You don't need to conform to anyone else's version of success. Your journey is your own, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You are not here to fit in. You are here to stand out, to make your mark, to live a life that feels authentic and fulfilling to you. It's important to remember that breaking free doesn't mean rejecting every label outright. It means choosing which ones serve you and discarding the ones that don't. It means defining yourself on your own terms, embracing your uniqueness, and leaning into the qualities that make you who you are. When you stop letting the world define you, something incredible happens. You start to see possibilities where there once were limitations. You begin to trust your intuition, to follow your passions, and to live with a sense of purpose. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. You become unstoppable. And for me too, and for all those who have the courage to join me. The world is always going to have something to say about who you are and what you should do. But at the end of the day, their words don't matter. What matters is how you see yourself, how you choose to show up, and how you decide to live your life. Each new day is a gift, an opportunity to start fresh, to move closer to your dreams, and to make your life extraordinary. But how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Waking up with purpose is more than just opening your eyes and going through the motions. It's about stepping into each morning with clarity, positivity, and a mindset focused on growth and progress. When you wake up with purpose, you're not just letting the day happen to you, you're taking control of it. You're deciding from the moment you open your eyes that today will matter. It's not about waiting for the perfect circumstances or for life to hand you something great. It's about creating that greatness yourself, starting with how you approach the day ahead. Purpose gives you direction. It's like a compass that keeps you focused on what truly matters. Without it, the days can blur together, filled with busyness but lacking meaning. But when you wake up knowing what you want to achieve, every moment takes on significance. Even the small, seemingly mundane tasks become stepping stones towards something bigger. The first step to waking up with purpose is clarity. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly want. What are your goals? What are your priorities? What kind of person do you want to be today? When you have a clear sense of direction, it's easier to channel your energy into the things that matter most. You're not just reacting to the world around you. You're proactively shaping your path. Positivity is another cornerstone of purposeful mornings. The way you frame your mindset in those first few minutes of the day can have a profound impact on how everything else unfolds. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, what's hard, or what might go wrong, focus on gratitude. What are you thankful for? What opportunities does today hold? A positive mindset doesn't ignore challenges. It empowers you to face them with strength and optimism. A purposeful morning is also rooted in intention. It's about making conscious choices instead of running on autopilot. Start with the simple things: how you wake up, what you say to yourself, and how you set the stage for the hours ahead. Maybe it's taking a moment to meditate, journal, or review your goals. Maybe it's a commitment to move your body, fuel it with something nourishing, or spend a few minutes visualizing the success you're working toward. When you wake up with purpose, you're aligning your actions with your values. You're reminding yourself why you do what you do, and you're giving your day meaning beyond just checking off tasks. Purpose turns routine into ritual. It transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary, because you're approaching it with intention and care. Progress is the natural result of purposeful living. When you start your day with clarity and focus, you set yourself up for success. Each small action builds on the last, creating momentum that carries you forward. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself, even in small ways, every single day. And let's be clear, waking up with purpose doesn't mean your day will be free from challenges or setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles. But when you have a sense of purpose, those obstacles become part of the journey rather than roadblocks. There are opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen your resolve. Purpose also gives you resilience. It anchors you when things feel overwhelming, reminding you of the bigger picture. It keeps you motivated when the road gets tough and helps you find meaning even in difficult moments. When you wake up with purpose, you're not just living for the immediate, you're living for something greater, something that fuels your spirit and keeps you moving forward. Every day you wake up is a chance to rewrite your story. It's an opportunity to let go of yesterday's doubts, failures, and fears, and to step into today with hope and determination. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to take the next step. Wake up with purpose and let that purpose guide you toward the life you want to create. As we journey through life, it's easy to get caught up in self-doubt, societal expectations, and the pressures of external circumstances. But the truth is, none of those things define you. You hold the power to shape your own path, to rise above limitations, and to create the life you truly want. Every day is an opportunity for a fresh start, a chance to wake up with purpose, clarity, and a mindset focused on progress. Remember, the greatest enemy you'll face is not external forces. It's the doubts within you. But when you choose to embrace your inner strength, you take control. You realize that failure is not the end, but a necessary step forward on your journey. You understand that you are enough right now, in this moment, because you possess everything you need to succeed. Discipline and faith are the twin forces that propel you forward. They guide you through the toughest times, keep you grounded when things seem uncertain, and help you push through the days when motivation is lacking. With discipline, you'll stay committed to the journey, even when the path gets tough. And with faith, you'll keep believing in your vision, knowing that each step brings you closer to your dreams. Don't let the world define you. Break free from the labels, the limits, and the expectations that others try to place on you. You are not here to fit into a mold. You are here to break it. Create your own definition of success. Live life on your own terms and let your unique light shine in a world that needs it. As you wake up each morning, do so with purpose. Let your day be filled with clarity, positivity, and the understanding that you are building something meaningful. Each action, no matter how small, is a step toward your bigger vision. Keep moving forward with intention, knowing that progress, not perfection, is the true measure of success. So stay inspired by what you build and helps go out into the world to change it. Stay smart with your vision. So wake up. Choose to believe in yourself. Break free from the chains of doubt and limitation. You have everything you need to make today count, to build the life you desire, and to leave an impact on this world. Your story is yours to write, Take control of the pen.